So we have a Lucian game here. Yes.
Yeah,
All right. Let us see what's going on.
I see everything.
Nice, nice, nice. Anything you want to focus on before we start looking at gameplay?
I normally I think my laning phase is not so clean. I think yeah, laning phase and which objectives I need to focus. At some moments, like in this game, I think Fiora split pushed a lot. So, yeah,
Okay, okay.
what we need to do in this moment when Fiora split, and at one point, I I was not sure if I should go top because there was a huge wave, and I ran around for like 15 seconds between Baron Pit and the top turret. So I think that's what we should focus.
Okay, okay. Make sure to remind me when we get to that part then. So
Yeah.
far so good, right? You push for level 2, you got really good value on your Q, you know, hit Kogmaw and the minions. So
Yeah.
can you tell me how you like what is your win condition and what is your lose condition in this lane?
My win condition is if Fresh lands a CC, and I poke Kogmaw out with my Q, and I can all in this pretty good with Fresh and Ignite, I guess.
I would say for like you can't really poke this guy, right? Because if you ever get close, Alistar is
Yeah.
gonna just combo you, and then you're gonna be very sad. So it's more like can your Thresh land his abilities, and can you not get hit by combo
And
or Kogmaw's like empowered auto attacks, right? So
yeah,
this lane's actually not very easy to play, right? Because you always have to be very scared of the ally combo, especially when Zac is like ganking or something.
yeah,
So you see Zac is mid. Okay, nice, nice, nice. Yeah, in this lane, you just want to keep pushing them in for sure, right?
hmm
Unless you have like a huge HP advantage, which you don't. But here, I think you can go on Kog'Maw.
I, I I don't take the lantern because I'm not sure if I at first,
Okay, okay.
because I don't know if it's good what he's doing.
Here's the thing here. So when you know that Kog'Maw's win condition is his W, right?
Yeah,
And Alistar's is his combo. Well, first of all, you just have a level advantage, so that like overrides everything. It's just straight 2v2 with level advantage, right?
yeah,
So this, you know that you can't lose this. And you know you have like an HP advantage over Alistar. So all you have to do is, it's okay to like eat the combo, right? Because you're gonna win this trade no matter what happens. So I think
yeah.
it's like correct to take the lantern. But even if you don't take the lantern, you should save your E, right? You need to get like, you need to auto attack reset with your E
Yeah.
to win
Okay.
trades, right? And you also need to auto attack reset your Q, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So taking it is correct, but I think
No.
you took it like too late. So like even though
Okay.
like you had, like Thresh ended up baiting himself, right?
Yeah.
Like you shouldn't take the lantern when he walks for. The problem here is that he like was able to just walk forward for free, like to walk on top of you guys, right? You need to make him use combo.
I just thought that this is not a good spot for us because of Alistair combo, and yeah, that's why I took the lanterns late.
Usually you are right, right? Usually you are correct. In that taking a lantern so you guys both get comboed is really bad.
Yeah,
But
because I don't know if Alistair's flash is up now,
oh
and yeah,
yeah, but you should know you have a level advantage, even though this like
yeah,
minion is dying. Yeah. So here you either take it immediately or you like don't take it, right? But
okay,
honestly, him Thresh dying is like not really your fault. So it's not like
yeah,
that bad to be honest. But yeah, he honestly he like killed himself, right? He shouldn't have let Alistar just walk
yeah,
up to him. So there's nothing you can do about that death. But if you had seen that Thresh is gonna go in earlier, or if you had planned a level 3 earlier, there could have been something here. But
okay,
not like the worst thing, right? Not catastrophic. it's
Yeah.
like kind of bad, but it's not really your fault, right?
Yeah.
The blame mostly lies with Thresh here. So yeah, here you're playing safe good. You can't really do anything about this because it's 1v2. Nice. So now it's kind of awkward. Okay. You're baiting him because you have Olaf. So you know this.
I'm bringing it back now, I think, because I don't think we can do anything there because Fresh is. Wait, I don't see him on the map.
Yeah.
He's really far away.
There's no way this gank works, right?
He just commits for it, and I raged a little bit after this.
Oh yeah, there's no way this gank works, right? 0%.
Yeah.
It definitely 0% in my opinion. He's just gonna die. So again, not your fault. Not much you can do. Could you have healed him? No, it's not. You can't heal him. So yeah, he killed himself. So whenever your team does something like stupid, you just like don't follow this, honestly.
Yeah.
Cause Zed roamed, right? It's super unfortunate. Like your team is like baiting you, right? Like Thresh went in, and then you didn't see the opportunity, but then Thresh like killed himself, right? And then Olaf now kills himself because you backping, even though you backping. Even though shit like this happens, it's like we gotta like still stay alive somehow, right? So here, you should be okay, right? You have flash and heal. There's no way you should die. So
but I think was it okay that I blow my flash because Zed, I don't know. I think Zed could just combo me.
No, that's fine. I mean, I would say this is fine, right? That's completely fine, right? I wouldn't worry about that too much. Like, the important thing is you got away. You didn't make the situation worse. Right? Yeah. Also, probably shouldn't type in chat, right?
Yeah.
Because you almost died there, and two, it's like a easy way to lose games that you shouldn't, right? Because your team just like starts to tilt or whatever. Oh, this is really nice. So you should heal that, I think. Okay. I would have healed that, but that's okay. Not the end of the world, right? Okay. So when you're you can figure out when to heal or not based on like, will this heal make a difference, right?
Yeah. And I think when I didn't heal because when Zac lands his combo, he would have died. Even if I healed.
Well, here's the thing: you could have healed him before Zac even queued up, right here, or even here, right? Before this guy ignites or this guy even goes in, healing him is like really good value, right? I would say healing is really good value because they're like focusing. Zac is gonna focus him and stuff. But honestly, I'll say it's okay to not heal him. This is good. This is a good result, anyways, right? Follow up on your team's hook. Everything is Gucci.
All right.
Right. So far, so good. I would say. Okay. What's going on here?
It's pretty awkward.
All right. Now, okay. You stop chasing this. The instant Olaf like gets bounced out, you stop chasing this, right? I hope. Yeah. Okay. Good. And then my thinking is you just push this out and then you back, right?
I don't know if I go for the push.
So when you're trying to push, a wave so that your wave crashes into their tower, right?
You focus the caster minions?
No. You kill the front line first. You kill the closest minion first.
The front line. Okay.
Because your minions need to move. Okay, say you kill the back line and then you kill the front line. So say that takes like 5 seconds. Then after 5 seconds, your minions get to move, right? But say you kill the melee minions first and then you kill the caster minions. Still takes 5 seconds, but 3 seconds was used on the melee minions and 2 seconds was used on the caster minions. So after 3 seconds, your minions start moving, right? So that's the reasoning why you push you kill the front line first because your minions get to move like that, right? And every inch matters when you're trying to push it into that tower because now
and need the second wave to push it.
Yeah, exactly. So this is super awkward, right? Although like you can make an argument that you might not be able to push this in time. I think it's possible, right? You have W, Q, and then E. I think so. I think it's possible, but unfortunate. But it's okay, I guess. But that's something like for the future, right? It didn't make too much of an impact this game, but sometimes it does, right? Because sometimes, like, let's go back to this scenario. Sometimes when you do it incorrectly and you get this. And if they're in lane right now, you're screwed.
I need to back.
Yeah, you have to back, and then they like freeze or they push or they do something. They get like a free. It's like free for them, right? You lose 6 minions. and then they can like ward and stuff. So it's like super bad. So yeah. Okay, this is ambitious. Where's their Alistar though? If you're doing this play without knowing where they're, okay, you see Alistar. Okay, good. Now all you have to do is worry about TP, and then this is free, right? All you have to do is slow this guy. There's no way he wins. But you still need good value.
My W. Yeah.
Okay, that's okay. That's okay. You don't need the W to win. You just need to not die in this. Okay.
Yeah, he cannot even kill me with the passive. So
that's super awkward. But I would say this is good. Okay, good. I was gonna make a comment on when you're trying to like kill a target, you're trying to burst them down as fast as possible. Use the fast combo, right?
So E in EQ W, you mean?
Yeah, like W and then passive, and then right as your passive is going off, E, and then passive and Q at the same time, right? That's like the fastest way to do it, right? But honestly, it didn't make a difference here. But just so you know, in the future, that's like the fastest way to do it, right?
I just thought maybe I opened with W, so I got the movement speed.
Yeah, that's good. I'm just saying that use your E second. If you like, you know how I say, use your E to kill someone, escape, or dodge something, right? So in this case, he's dead as long as you use all your abilities correctly. So don't be afraid to use your E like first or second, and then you can also dodge his ult using your E, right? So
yeah.
Push this out. That was really good. Good catch by you guys for sure. Okay, what's going on here? So when you're killing the tower and you know no one can stop you, you know without a doubt in your mind no one can stop you, right? Who can stop you? Like
no one.
Like Zed's mid. There's no one, right? So you use your abilities on the tower, right? So the best way to do it is auto. It's like just use your passive, right? Just use your passive pretty much, right? Kill these minions, auto attack this, use your E, use your W. You want to do as much damage to the tower as possible, right? We can fast forward this though. It's just small stuff so far. Oh, nice. So, ooh, I was gonna say call, but okay, this is good too. Okay, nice. Good follow up. Wow, this okay. I saw the E there, right? So if he had just knocked you, wait, never mind. I think you get him anyways, but you should definitely save your E. Oh my god, yeah, he's getting away. Okay, yeah, that's what. Yeah, you gotta save your E, dude. In this case,
I E because when I do the combo, it's like 8 seconds or 4 seconds before. I think when I do my full combo without count, it should be 8 seconds.
You just need to.
I thought that it should be alright.
Yeah. It's not like guaranteed. Okay, unlike the Kogmaw over here, Kogmaw is like very squishy, right? And he didn't have like the items to 1v2, or like the summoner spells. So it's free. It's guaranteed if you E onto him, right? But Alistar is not, right? Because he's like pretty tanky, and you have no ultimate. So in this case, you should save your E to chase. Whenever the enemy team has like CC or slows or anything of that nature, your E should be used to counter it, right? So say for example, what's like a good slow? Okay, Olaf uses his axe on you, and you're slowed. Use your E to counter that slow, right? Or you dodge it completely. But using your E and then getting slowed, that's you die 100%, right? If you E and then you get slowed, you die 100%. This is the same concept, except you don't die, you just lose the kill. You E and he uses a CC on you, and then you can't chase, right?
Yeah, that's right.
If you walked up to him instead, oh yeah, you can definitely walk up to him instead. You're already in auto attack range when you use your E. So yeah, save your E if they have CC, and there's no like no rush to kill him. You should save your dash, right? Yeah, even though you guys got him, that's Thresh's flash, and maybe you could have gotten like Kogmaw with it or something. Oh, what's going on here? Okay, so when I see this, there's no way you die, right? All you have to do is not get hit by his Q, and then you win, right? Use your E to dodge his Q, right? Okay, never mind. Well, I mean, I guess you can't die anyways. Okay, there's no way you win this, right? You run here. Unless Olaf finds something really good, you run, right? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Clean. I like it. So for back here though,
to buy you mean?
You might want to say that you shouldn't keep pushing, right? Well, you should push until they show up, and then you just run.
Like now, when we see Sad?
Not yet. When you see
Sec.
Yeah. When you see this guy, you know you can't win, right?
Yeah.
2v3. Not that you can't win 2v3, but you can't kill them in the time Alistar comes, right?
No reward, high risk. You mean?
So actually, honestly, I think this is fine. That was a nice Olaf, by the way. But
Yeah.
I'll say that's actually pretty good. Never mind. Ignore what I just said. Ignore this. You guys backed pretty quick. So I would say that's pretty good. Wait, what can go wrong here? Okay, see Zach and Alistar mid slash river. So this is good. So when you were talking about like the lane phase, your lane phase was actually pretty good, right? You pushed for level 2. You got the level 3 power spike. You were pressuring them, and then your support kills himself, and then your jungle kills himself. So I wouldn't worry about lane phase if your lane phases are like this every game. Maybe like I'm not sure what's going on with your CS because I haven't been paying attention, but maybe you've been missing some. But so far it's pretty good, right? Like look at this. You're like hitting him with your Q. This is all good value. This is diveable for sure, right? All you gotta do is press Cutlass on him, and then okay, now you can't do it now.
I'm pretty greedy with Cutlass, and let's see if I Cutlass. I don't know if we.
You can't. You're not gonna kill him unless you go like very soon, right? Because you know his team is coming. So here you should go now, right? You slow him, and then you back off, and you call him while Thresh is running in with a hook, right? But here you can't do it because Alistar is coming, right? We see him on the map, and it's obvious to say that in hindsight, but the big thing to note here is having the plan when you go to kill this guy, right? Like, what's the plan here? How do you kill Kogmaw? Right? It's not, you can't just say like, we're going to 2v1 him because that doesn't work. You need to like, how exactly are you going to 2v1 him? Especially before his team comes. So like my thinking is that you slow him to guarantee Thresh CC, right? And if he flashes, then that's too bad because he was going to flash Thresh CC anyways, right?
But could I try it like now when I E in Cutlass, Q, Auto, and Call?
Wait, and then what? Oh, and then call. Yeah, exactly, right? When you have it like now, you can go in, right?
No, okay.
I know it's scary to like tank tower, but
yeah.
If Thresh is in range and you're not in danger of dying to this guy, right? He's not gonna like 2-shot you yet.
He should.
Then this is like pretty worth, right? So like, say for example, you have a tower, you E auto attack Cutlass and then back off and start culling. Thresh comes around, starts tanking tower, and then you guys dive him because he lanterns you in, right? And then you run away from the Alistar. You have flash for Alistar's combo. So this game should like work, right? Unless Kogmaw flashes. So here, when Thresh is in range, this is like your time to go. But this is like, you have to think about this beforehand, right? It can't be like, yo, we're just gonna 2v1 this guy and we're gonna win because you have numbers advantage. Usually that like works, but like if his whole team is dead, it's like you don't really need to think about it. But you should always practice thinking about it, right? You should always practice having a plan. You should always practice your win condition. How exactly you're going to kill this guy? Because when you get to situations where it's even, like 2v2, you're going to need that. Or when it's 2v3 or 2v4, right? You have a man disadvantage. You're definitely going to need that, right? So, and when it gets to late game, if you ever play mindlessly, and this guy like sidesteps something and you guys realize that you're screwed, it's too late. So you always need to figure out what your game plan is here. So if you guys get this kill, I'll be very surprised because you guys are about to get ganked super hard, right? This guy just dies for free, right? So yeah, exactly, right? There's no way. There's no way if you didn't go now. There's no way, right? So I would say this is just a matter of like, how do we kill him? Exactly. What's the win condition? Slow him into guaranteed Thresh CC, right? That's what I'm thinking. And if you can't do that before Alistar gets here, you gotta leave. So that's it. That's that for that. You guys are gonna lose this tower probably. Yeah. So I mean, like obviously.
Let's stay there. Yeah.
No. This is okay if you can maybe get something. I was gonna say back on the previous dive, it's like, let's be clear, it's not all your fault, right? Because Thresh also is part of this play. But in solo queue, right? In solo queue, you have to assume your whole team is like monkeys, right? You can't rely on your team. You literally cannot rely on your team for anything, right? So you always have to be the one thinking about everything, even if it seems unfair or like the burden. There's more burden on you. That's actually how solo queue works because in order to win games consistently, you have to take more of the burden. right?
Yeah.
If you take 20% of the burden, you're just gonna like go even every game. But if you watch like players who smurf, they like take 80% of the responsibility, or 90%, or 100%. They just win every single game, right? How many times have you seen like challenger smurfs go 36-0 to get to like masters or some stupid shit, right? That's what they're doing. They're like taking like all of their team and like putting it on their back, right? And this is how you do it.
Yeah. That's how I can hit masters. I would like to.
Wait, what rank is this, by the way?
D3 at the moment.
I see. Okay. So this is also the same thing, right? Tell me, how do you win this?
With Victor.
Yeah, but like, what's your lose condition? Okay, so it's easier
if I get CC'd by Ellie.
Yeah. And Zach. Okay, right. So what CC does Zach have, and what CC does Alistar have?
W Q combo Alistar and E Q ult Zach.
Yeah. E and Q on Zach, right?
Yeah.
So which ones can you flash and which ones can you dash, right? Can you dash Alistar combo? Like every time, nine times out of 10.
Every time, no.
Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah, you can, like, theoretically, right? But no one does it because it's super hard.
I do that every time I play Lucian versus Alistar. I just do it on reaction, but I think I should not do it like that every time.
Yeah. So if you want to win this, you need to save flash for Ali combo, right?
Yeah.
And you save dash for Zach's E, which means you have heal left for his Q, right? Don't get hit by that Q, or you're kind of screwed, right? And not only do you need to save flash for Alistar and E for Zach, you also need to not be in range of his combo, because if he combos you and you flash and they walk away, you lost your flash. So you need to kill this guy if he goes in, right?
But this Zach is pretty fed. I don't know if we could manage to pull it off.
Exactly. This is impossible. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
This is it's actually impossible. Like, if they play this right, it's impossible, right? Like, Victor has no ultimate. There's nothing you can do. So
I thought that I'm just garbage and you find the way how we can win.
No, there's no way, right? Not even close. There's literally no way, right?
All right.
So that's what I'm saying. Here, don't even like, here they can outplay you here. So that's what I'm saying. You shouldn't be in this spot.
It's position. Yeah.
Right. Like, he could have caught you for sure. Like, does he have flash? I don't know, but he could have Q flashed, and that would have been really hard to get away from, right? So it's very hard. Also, Zach is super stupid in the sense that he no longer has to land E on you to kill you. All he has to do is land Q. So if he E's you right now, you're like kind of sad, right? Because you still use your. There's nothing you can do here. So you shouldn't be in this spot, pretty much. If there's nothing you can do, you should play safe, right? This like 3 minion XP is not gonna matter.
And the turret
like, this guy kills
was
himself.
already dead.
Right, yeah, exactly. You can't stop this. So it's not. I'm not saying you should back, but I'm saying you should play safe so that you can clear the next wave, right? Because the next wave is coming in, and then you wanna push this right now, right? Okay, good. So don't put yourself in like super scary situations, right? And you may have also, like, on a very lesser note, but you also may have like baited this Victor because he was like, oh, I should help my Lucian or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe
So
we both waited us. I thought Victor wanna go in, and he thought I wanna go in.
yeah, that's pretty funny. Okay. What's going on here? So you see Fiora splitting, you see the Alistar's mid, and then you go bot. Okay, this is fine. This is 100% fine, right? You want to push this in and then halfway rotate to see if you can help your team. Otherwise, you can 1v1. You can 1v1 Kogmaw, who actually went mid.
He's mid.
So you know Zed is coming now, right? Oh, you know Zach is. Oh, interesting. Okay. This is fine. If Zach wants to take his team's farm, this is fine. You just keep pushing, right? You push the next wave. You should push this next wave, in my opinion. Doing Gromp may be a little bit slow. Okay, no, this is fine. So all you have to do is worry about Zed. Okay, Zed's now top, right? So it's just Zach. So you know you can't die to Zach, right?
Shouldn't.
I don't think you can, right? So what do? You save your E for his E, and then after he uses his Q, right? Then you blade the Ruin King, and he can no longer chase you.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
And you think, it makes sense. You think it's in 7.11 now, but because this was 7.10, it's good. Borg is 12% lifesteal is still the best on Lucian?
Oh yeah. Borg is too good. Borg is like that. Whatever 2% lifesteal nerf, whatever. That literally didn't matter. In my opinion.
Should I get the Black Cleaver after 2 or the attack speed item? Because Black Cleaver was nerfed 2 patches ago, I think, with the 1% or 2 on armor shred.
Yeah, I'm no expert on Lucian builds, but I still see people going Black Cleaver. Okay, here, I would say you don't need to back.
Push one more wave.
Yeah, exactly, right? Push one, exactly. You know what I'm going to say, right? Push one more wave. Even if it costs you your ultimate, right? Pushing another wave is like...
with the color shoot for the fastest clear, just with the color, and then the second wave would be clear too, and it would push back to me. You mean?
Yeah. Even not. I mean, this is gonna push back to you anyways. But the reason why you push here is because you get another 6 minions, right? That's like the whole idea behind it. And you need to use the code because Zed is gonna catch up to you if you try and like use your basic abilities. It's not fast enough. So yeah, use code there. You could even maybe have stayed for dragon, but I think backing here was a mistake, right? Like say for example, Zed doesn't go bot. All of a sudden he runs straight to Olaf, and he doesn't have to respond to this bot wave yet. So that's not good. That's also another reason, right? Zed could have like not gone bot. And he wouldn't have lost his minions, right? They're not gonna lose minions here, right?
Yeah.
When that wave meets, they're not gonna lose any minions. So he has time to roam, instead of catching the wave. Versus you pushing it into tower and then he has to go bot, or they lose 6 minions. That's kind of a bad dragon start, but whatever. Okay, this is kind of awkward. Okay. Whenever you farm, don't use your E if there's any chance of the enemy being nearby, right?
Yeah. I think when I see Zach,
okay, that's fine then. That's fine.
Just free and
if you know that, that's fine. Okay, there's no way to win this, right? You just leave.
Yeah.
He's dead. You just push. So this is like, they're trying to like fight the dragon, but
outnumbered.
Yeah, this is fucking bad. Pretty much. You have no ultimates. I don't know if your STP, but if your TP is not very good right now. There's nothing you can do except survive. Right. And also, because you use your E to clear the wave, you have no options, right? There may have been an option to aim Kogmaw, but that no longer exists, right? I don't think there was an option, but in other games there could be an option, right? So pretty much, save your like important abilities, unless you like literally like you really need to push that wave super fast, right? I don't think there was a need here. You just walk up to these and you queue, right? So yeah.
I just want their fight now. I clear this just to get more farm, and then collapse or whatever.
Oh, back here, when you see this, I think it's okay to try and hope right now because you don't really know. I don't know the outcome. You don't know the outcome. Going to hope is good, right? But once you see Olaf just dies for free, you just go and push mid before they get there. Try and push mid before they get there, right? Because all their abilities are on cooldown, they can't really kill you. But yeah, now it's too late. But that's fine. Here you're probably gonna lose a tower. Okay, so there's a man disadvantage, and there's no way you can hold this tower. Your goal is to stall them, right? So maybe use your ultimate to kill the wave. It's probably not gonna happen because Zach. But whatever you do, don't die, right? So this is like super awkward because you shouldn't.
I just thought if Zach comes in, I can just dash out, but I was too late.
Yeah. So if you are expecting this Zach E, you have to be ready with your dash. Otherwise, this is like a throw, right? It'd be a good bait if you dodge it with your E, which is what you're supposed to do, right? But if you get hit, it's like super bad. So when you're like predicting this in game, you have to make sure this works, right? At least 9 times out of 10.
I fucked up.
Were you thinking about that in game or?
Yeah, I thought I knew that Zach was there, and when I just dodge his ability, it will be okay. And after I got caught, I just thought get the Kogmaw so they can't stall that hard. And yeah, now when they.
I mean, yeah, like going for the cog here is fine, but but don't get hit by the Zac thing in the first place, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like making the best out of a bad situation.
Yeah.
So this Zed is here. That's kind of scary, right? He has his ultimate. He should. Oh, you have your Thresh. Oh, he's kind of far away. So if Zed was hiding in this bush, how do you like fight him?
How I played out.
Say again.
How I played out.
Yeah. How do you you use your dash here? What if he ulted you? Right.
Yeah, but if we true with both Sams, I think that I could just work him and run away and heal when he would ult me.
Like maybe, but even if that happens, and then you get low, then you have to back, and then it's like, or maybe not have to back. I don't know. You just have to have a plan, right? In my opinion, it's scary if this Zed is in here, right? Because what if he has flashing ignite? So you have no dash. You try and Blade the Ruined King heal. He lands all his abilities and he flash to auto and then like the mark goes off. Even though you have like ninja tabbies, I still think you're like in kill range. But I might be wrong, but I would be scared if I just saw this Zac here. So I mean this Zed here. So if you're ever like this is pretty much just goes back to if you ever think you're gonna need your E for the enemy champions, don't use your E. Don't use your E. What does this do, right? I don't know. You could have waited for the tower to hit it. So like your name suggests, we need high value, right? Out of our abilities, right? We need high value. So use your E to kill someone, escape, or dodge, right? So you need to use your dashes effectively. Your abilities and your dashes, right? Your dash is an ability, but okay. So if you're on one spot, sure. You go mid, sure. Wave clear. Kind of awkward because you're sharing a lane. So if you are sharing a lane, right, that means you have a man advantage over them. So you should push this out and then go ward so you can go farm another lane, right? So here you want to push this out, go top side, ward this stuff so you can go farm top, right? You can't die to Shyvana, right? There's no way. So here you guys should be
at the moment.
This is good. You're trying to like go top. Okay, so yeah, you should be going top now, right? When
I think I wait till it crashes on turret, maybe.
So when you see this, you go top, right? The goal here is to clear mid and then rotate top. It's okay to wait around.
Because Fiora was under their tier 2 already.
Well, I mean, there's no way you can siege mid, right? That's impossible, right?
No, but Fiora can get tier 2, I think, or dual set.
I mean,
I think that's why I stayed.
Wait, I don't. Because it doesn't really make sense. Okay, so say you guys stay, and Fiora's like 1v1ing Zed. She can't 1v1 Zed, right? Like I normally like you can't counter her. You just kill him for free, right? Because Zed can outplay that. But you are buying time for her because she's pressuring Zed, right? She's slowly getting the tower, right? Does that make sense? So in that case, like having first split 1v1 against Zed is good. But how does you staying mid help her 1v1 Zed?
Not really.
Like it doesn't, right? Like you can like if you try to make the argument that these 3 mid are gonna rotate bot, you still can't help her because if you face check Zac and Alistar, you're 3v3 insta lose, right?
There's
no chance. So if they ever rotate, Fiora backs off, and then you guys do something on the other side of the map, right? So you staying mid doesn't help Fiora, right? Because if you're trying to do something on the top side of the map, you want to stay. This is the ideal spot, like this river, or mid or top, right? But you're never gonna be going to Fiora usually, right? You're never gonna be going to help or gank or whatever. You clear mid and then you need to clear top. And as an AD carry, you should be always looking for lanes to farm because that's how you get strong, right? AD carry is late game, right? AD carry is like theoretically the late game damage dealer. So in order to get there, you need to get your XP and farm, right? So that's why we're discussing the bot lane thing where, you needed another 6 minions for XP and farm. It seems kind of like, it doesn't seem greedy? That important. No, not greedy because there's no way you die, right? It doesn't seem that important, but it adds up, right? How many times have you like based and you had like 100 gold to buy something, 200 gold to buy something, 300 gold to buy something? That's that wave right there, right? Is someone in the room? Are you okay?
I'm okay.
Okay. Yeah, right? How many times have you like try to buy an item, you're off by like 10 gold. So this is why you need to go clear waves, right? Coming for red is nice, but this is second priority. Red is always second priority. I made this mistake earlier today, right? Red is second priority.
Yeah.
When you need to clear waves first, and then get red. Unless the enemy is not pushing, then you can get red and go push, right? But in this case, Shyvana is pushing super fast. So you tell this guy to back off, you go push top, and then you come back for red.
Okay.
You should not sacrifice your red for losing like 5 minions or whatever. You should follow Olaf here. Okay, you should cut Shyvana off here, right? Because there's no way she gets away. So
No, but I think I took the wrong way.
yeah. I would say you took the wrong way. So like here, the plan should be she's hitting this tower. How long is she gonna hit this tower for? Until Olaf shows up. So that's how much time you have to cut her off, and I think you can do it, right? You go through Baron Pit. Their mid is missing, but I don't think they're coming for you because you saw Fiora kill bot, and so they're coming to kill Fiora, right? So there's no way they're coming for you. You just take this over Baron, or you take this to get closer, and then you dash and you blade the ranking on her, and she dies, right? So it's kind of awkward, but honestly, not the end of the world, right? I think you can still catch up. Okay, Shyvana turns around, so turns out that you get her anyways, right? Not bad. Okay, calling nice. This is fine, completely fine. Good. So here you push top until someone responds, right? Or until you have to rotate to help your team. You can't help your team because they're like super low. This looks kind of sketchy. Okay, never mind. Zed show top. I was gonna say if Zed ran to help them immediately, helping your team would be really bad. Okay, this is really good. There's no way you lose this, right? Unless someone makes a massive mistake and then Zed cleans up. So this is looking pretty bad, honestly. You need to kill the Zed. You need to kill the Zac, right? So what happens if you dash on the Kogmaw?
The Alistar will combo me.
Yeah, like exactly, right? But even if this wasn't Alistar,
it's already half down. So with Fiora, I think we can do it easily.
Really? Okay. We'll see how this plays out. But in my opinion, there's no way to kill this guy. You can kill the Alistar, which is good. But the reason why I say there's no way to kill this guy.
You mean Kogmaw? Okay.
Yeah, Kogmaw. So I would save my dash, right? You're always gonna save your dash. I know you're trying to get the red proc off, but you weren't in range yet. So whenever you're like trying to fight, it's the same thing. You got to think about your win conditions and lose conditions beforehand, right? Dashing in first, without being able to hit him shows me that like you didn't understand your win condition here, right? Like you need to save your dash after he combos or whatever. And even if his W is down, then at the very least you need a dash only when you can get in range, right? There's no way to get him, and then this Alistar like turns around or whatever. I don't know what he's doing, but you get him for free. But here, what if Zed was here, right? Don't you just die here? I think you just die here, right? If Zed was like right here or something, you're just like dunzo. So you gotta save your E. You have to save your E. I'm pretty sure that whenever you die in your games, it's probably because you use your E incorrectly, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You may be able to get these. Could you blade it? I mean, you could blade the ranking here. Honestly, it's like whatever, right? Missing kills is less important than not dying, I would say. So it's whatever that you missed that. Oh, what the hell? What's going on with YouTube?
Whoops.
Hello? YouTube? Interesting. Is this me?
Maybe.
What the hell is going on? Okay, yeah, I don't know what that was, but we're back. But yeah, you need to get high value on your dash. Like I have no problems with your culling. I have no problems with your Q and your W. Sure, you missed like one W. It's like whatever. Your E though, that's like the most important part of Lucian's kit, right?
Yeah.
If you take away Lucian's E, he's like garbage, right? Like say you give him Jin traps instead of Lucian E. Literally shit champion, right? His E is like what makes him so good, right? His mobility, his ability to dodge stuff, and it gives him damage, right? Through his passive. So you need every time you use your E, you need to ask yourself why are you using it, right? And the reasons,
really hard to use it. It's pretty hard to use it.
Exactly, right? It's pretty hard to use. Okay, so this is good, right? You just kill his ass. Okay, see, that's a great example of using your E correctly, right? To kill someone. So, if you can't kill someone, dodge something, or escape with your life, don't use your E, right? Don't use your E. It's like, sure, at 6 items, when you have Essence Reaver, 40% cooldown, whatever, there are, that does change because you can use your E for damage. But at this rank, and so far in 20 minutes in the game, that hasn't happened yet, right? Using your E to do damage has not been necessary. And don't use your E to farm minions. That doesn't make any sense. Unless there's no chance of anyone fighting you, right? If there's a single chance, like 1% chance of someone being able to jump you, then if you use your E, you're dead, right? So this is awkward.
I thought that Fresh can just lantern me, but I guessed it wrong.
Yeah, wait, what's going on here? How do you die? How do you die here? Don't walk into him, right? Okay. Against melee champions, don't walk into them unless you have like a specific plan in mind. Here, all you have to do is just walk this way and let him chase you, right? And then make sure you just walk away. I don't know. I'm sure this doesn't happen often, right? Just like this is whatever.
Brain AFK.
Yeah, exactly. Try not to do that one. That's just super awkward. I'm sure that doesn't happen often. So don't worry about like the stupid shit, right? Unless the stupid shit happens like every game, then we gotta worry about that. But so that was super awkward. Your Victor dies because you guys are dead and you try to overextend. So that's kind of scary. Stay away from this dude. Whenever you have like what are you fishing for here, right? Why do you walk up here, right? You always have to ask yourself, what are you trying to do here? Since you have a teammate who died, you're just trying to clear waves, right? You're trying to minimize the loss. So walking up is like super scary against Alistar, right? Because if he forces on you, you guys are gonna lose the 4v5. So be very careful when you're walking up like that, right? Like if you ever watch competitive play, this is the exact mistake they do. They walk up and try and clear the wave, and they get forced on, right? How many if you ever watch a team play Ashe, this is it. If someone tries to clear mid, they get arrowed and then they die, right? So their mistake is not sitting on the tower, right? So you should be sitting on the tower here. So going top to clear, this is good, right? Always looking for chances to farm. Sure, you're gonna lose dragon control, but that's just the result. That's just, I don't know, that's worth, because there's a lot of minions here. So after you push this, you can rotate. Okay, using your E again. I mean, we already talked about this, but like super careful, right? Their whole team is missing. You gotta be scared, man.
I'm the master of greed. Push it in as fast as I can.
Oh, okay. So Zach is bot, so you can take Baron control. So here, you can even sit in this bush and wait for Shyvana, right? How does Shyvana kill you? She can't if you use your board correctly, right? Right. She tries to go on you, and she gap closes. Then you use your Bork, and you win. Okay. Using your E again. I mean, we already talked about this, but remember, E is very important.
In this case, I saw everyone.
In this case, Shyvana's still missing, and Zed is not on the map, right? Oh, Zed is bot. Zed is bot.
Will she get close?
I don't know. It's just a bad habit, right? It's a bad habit, and you can argue your E here, but if you really wanted to double shot this ward, you can use your W, right? So your E, completely to remove this bad habit, we must completely remove all uses of E, unless it's to dodge something, kill someone, or escape with your life, right? Even if you may think that, 0% chance that someone's gonna catch me if I use my E here. Just because you can doesn't mean you should, right? Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
That's why my Lucian is garbage. Because of the...
It is okay. Okay, so here, okay, not bad. So, I would say maybe the culling was questionable, but I mean, it turns out okay. Okay, so here, the way I would have played this out is you just hit this guy, right? And then you watch the Alistar, and you want to save your culling for the Kogmaw or to kill someone, right? But it looks like you guys are already killing this Olaf, so I would save my culling. And culling is 0 value on Alistar, right? Because all he has to do is ult, or he's just super tanky. You're not gonna kill him. So you save culling, in my opinion. Here, you want to save now. If you had angled it here, this is like super good culling, right? If you had angled it this way, it would have been insane. Also, watch out for the Alistar combo.
That's why I called, I think, because I was scared of the combo from Alistair, and I thought, yeah, I need to do some damage.
Don't worry about you never need to do damage as AD carry. You just need to live, right? Look at this Kogmaw. Okay,
Yeah.
let's watch you versus Kogmaw. Okay, you're doing like 200 damage. Kogmaw did 0 damage. You did 0 damage. Who died? Kogmaw died. You won, right?
Yeah.
You guys don't really do that much damage until late game. Late game, that's when you go full throttle. Late game is when you unleash your inner depth, right? Late game is like you are the damage, right? Then you go crazy.
Yeah.
But now you have 2 items. Sure, you can do something, but only if they screw up. And what I mean by screw up is if Alistar misses his combo on you, that's free damage on him you take, right? That's your quote-unquote damage. You need to wait for them to do a mistake. You can never go in first, right? Maybe you can go in first if you're at 6 items, 15 minutes in the game, right? That's when you can maybe go in first. But in these cases, all you have to do is concentrate on not getting rid of their win conditions. And once you do that, you've automatically won, right? A team with no win condition has lost, right? Any fight with no win condition has lost, right? Because that's literally the definition of a win condition. So, turns out everything is okay because your team just like mops them up, right? Like let's look at what happens. Like what is your impact on the fight, right? All you have to do is not die. So, in essence, this is like not bad. But if they play better, you need to get better value, right? The better they play, the better you have to play. So that's why I say save your culling. Watch out for the Ali combo, right? There's no need to get hit by this because he's aiming for Victor anyways, right? So let's say he aims you and you space it correctly so that he can never W you. Then he's chasing and then your team hits him for free, right? That's why it's almost never good to get hit by this stuff, right? And then if he changes the Victor and he doesn't hit you, then you just hit him for free, right? So either way, if he's trying to combo, he's getting hit for free until you guys make a mistake, right? So that's why we say watch out for that stuff, right? Good thing it didn't really like matter here, but it definitely matters in a lot of games, and actually every game it's gonna matter, right? The only reason why you guys win this is because I don't know what happened actually. Like, how are you guys so far ahead? Did someone die? I don't even know. They're like a bad engage and they're like missing Shyvana. I don't know. It's like literally 4v5. They don't have a Shyvana, so their team is like trolling or something. But yeah. You need remember high value. Like that's like for example, Thresh, Flaze, Zac engage, high value because everyone would have died if he missed that, right? So that's what we're looking for. Using your E to dodge stuff, kill someone, get away with your life. Using your culling to like threaten the back line or kill the front line, like good value, right? That's what we're looking for here. That's honestly the core of your gameplay so far. Like your core mistakes, in my opinion, have been like getting poor value out of ability sometimes, and maybe not catching the side waves as often as you should be, right? That's it. 2 things.
That my team will lose the team fight.
If you can work on those 2 things, you just I think you would easily climb out. Like this is Diamond 3, right? So you at least get Diamond 1. Fixing those 2 things, fixing one of those would get you Diamond 1.
My peak was just D2 this season. But then I dropped back to D5.
Oh man,
it's unlucky.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but it happens sometimes. So, like, what I would suggest is focusing on the value and the plan thing, right? So I got the challenger without doing any of this side wave shit, right? I didn't ever go for side waves. I didn't ever push extra waves, and I got challenger.
Yeah.
So you can do that too, right? All you have to do is focus on getting high value and making sure you have a plan for every scenario, right? Like win conditions, lose conditions, can they jump me, you know, etc., etc. Like look at this. You don't really have to do anything in order to win. You just need to not throw, right? In this in this day and age, AD carry just needs to not throw, right? Does that sound accurate? We just need to not throw in order to win games, right?
Sounds good.
Right? Don't as long as you don't like die or like take super bad trades, or be in bad spots, you're still like gonna win every game, right? Your job is to not throw. Okay, so this is awkward. So whenever you're doing an objective, save your E, right? It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Say literally, you have to save your E. When I see you have no E versus this Alistar who gets in combo range, I'm like, this is probably gonna this could go wrong, right?
I'm glad now that you live in NA because you would have hit me when.
Oh no! Don't say that. But yeah, this is just disaster strikes, right? Disaster.
Run.
Let's watch his culling real quick. You save your culling here because Alistar can just block it, right? So if at the very least, if you want to call, wait until Alistar ult is over, right? What was the value of that? What was the value of your ultimate?
Not pretty good.
Yeah,
I just
you got like
just if they chase, but I should have waited if that they come closer to me.
yeah, exactly, right? The value was like damage on 80 carry, which is pretty good, right? But it was like 44 damage.
Yeah.
Right, so
I was just scared that they chase me down.
This also ties in with high value and having a plan, right? If you knew that they can't chase you, then you wouldn't have ultimate, right? So
yeah,
it all comes back to the same thing. Don't worry. Like now that we're looking at this, it's all the same thing. Like getting a high value on your abilities and knowing like what you want to use your abilities for, like exactly, right? Okay, staying around to see if you can stop the Baron. This is good, right? So what can go wrong here? Tell me right now.
Right now.
What is the goal?
Zach can jump on me if it's warded.
Exactly. Okay, so what's the number one goal here? What's your number one goal?
Deny them Baron.
I would honestly say that's your number two goal here. If there's a fight breaking out,
stay alive.
Yeah, exactly, right? If you stay alive, you can clean up after Baron. It is okay if they get Baron, right? This is a concept known as playing to win the fight rather than playing to steal the Baron, right? If you play to win this fight, I don't see any way you can lose, right? Because if they turn on you and you play in a way that you cannot die, they've already stopped the Baron, right? And if they don't turn on you and you play to win the fight, you kill them all, right? Even if they get Baron. So, and the best case scenario is that it's not easy for a team to do Baron and look to turn at the same time. So what always ends up happening, not always, but what usually ends up happening is they get split, they don't get the Baron, they take a lot of damage, and then they have to back or whatever. They lose the Baron and the fight, basically, right? So your job is just stay alive. Okay, they stop Baron, so you back off, right? That's all you have to do. Just back off. So I hope, yeah. You shouldn't have to use your E. When you see them stop Baron, you just leave, right? Your first goal is stay alive. Second goal is to stop Baron. Third goal is to clean up, right? So first goal is achieved, you're not dying. Second goal, they stop Baron. Okay, that's it. You run, right? You leave.
Yeah.
You don't need to do anything. This is a classic what's it called? Not knowing what you're going for, right? So when teams stick around to siege a tower they can't actually take, that's exactly what that is. Like not knowing what you're trying to go for here, right? If you push a wave and you stay mid, okay, see, how many times have you seen a team push up to the inhib tower and then run with the wave and then realize they can't push anymore? So they've wasted 30 seconds. That's exactly what they don't know what they're going for. What they should be going for is pushing the wave and immediately going to go somewhere else to reward or get objectives or set up a camp, right? So here, your mindset should be, okay, number one, I'm not gonna die. Number two, I'm gonna try and stop this Baron. And if I can't, now I try and clean up. If I can't, whatever, stay alive. So once you have your priorities fixed, don't do anything else, right? Because what else are you trying to achieve is the question. Like, what else are you trying to achieve? Taking that can be considered like not great because you took a bunch of damage and you lost your E, right? So, and Victor kind of like got baited by you or something stupid. I don't know. He killed himself, whatever. But your goal is to stop the Baron and not die. So if you've accomplished that goal, then no need to walk forward, right? Here, you stop the Baron, then you leave, right? Okay, nice. There's nothing you can do here, so this is fine. What is Olaf? Where is Olaf? Oh, Olaf's here. Okay, let's go back to this though. Don't W, remember. High value. Everything needs to be high value. If you like, this is not many, like usually Lucian doesn't need his W except for a double shot, right? Like for most Lucian players, and this is not Flame or anything. For most Lucian players that are like below Masters, Challenger, LCS, you could literally replace this W with an ability that does nothing to give you a passive, right? Does that sound accurate? They would play the same. Does that sound accurate or not, right? It sounds pretty accurate to me. So we try to avoid that by using it to gain move speed, right? You want high value. You want high value. High value. I'm gonna repeat this like day in day out because that's what this replay is high value on your abilities. You have like average to good value sometimes, but a lot of times it's like negative value, right? Use this W, you miss, it's on cooldown, you don't have your passive, you can't auto cancel, you don't get the move speed. It sounds really bad because it is really bad, right? The potential you could have gotten out of your W is insane. It's like the amount of move speed you would have gotten from Borg. So it's like having a second Borg, right? Does that make sense? So you can, so not only can you use your W to get away from Zach, you can also use your Borg to get away from someone else, right? So that's how important it is, right? It's like 3/4 or half the value of your dash, right? Same with Borg. Borg is like 3/4 or half the value of your dash if you're trying to get away, right? So your W is super important, right? If you don't see any use for using W, don't use it, right? Even if they're like chasing you, they're grouped up, whatever. If you cannot see it, don't use it, right? Don't use abilities randomly. How often do you see Kogmaw uses Q on a tank and then hit them, right? Never. These guys always use a Q for no reason and then they don't hit anyone, right? They Q just because they can. They Q just because they can hit someone. Like how many times have you seen a siege happen and Kogmaw throws out his Q and it like hits a cannon minion, and then like the team fight breaks out, right?
I think I just think like maximizing my damage with Lucian, but it's like the wrong way if I just press all the buttons.
Yeah, exactly, right? Like if you want to maximize your damage, you can't just randomly use abilities, right? So this is like super awkward. Like honestly, there's still nothing you can do, but you still shouldn't use your abilities unless you need to, right? Because you know how many times you use W? Well, that's 50 mana you could have had, and now you can't full combo. Okay, what's going on here? You're going for wolves, going for blue. Are you sure? I think it's okay. That's honestly it's fine. Turns out to be whatever. But okay, you push this out. It's kind of awkward because you're fighting Olaf for the farm, but maybe you can catch Shyvana. Yeah, that's not your fault. I think you should have gotten the farm, right?
He's a little bit mad.
Yeah, he's 3 and 7. Money on Olaf is not gonna matter at this point. You as the AD carry should be taking the farm, right? Okay, here. Okay, let's take a look. So this you lose if you don't get any value out of your W. You have a bad E and you have a bad Borg and you have a bad call, right? Your Q doesn't matter in this. Your Q doesn't matter in this, right? And how do we know this? Because Shyvana literally does one thing. She right clicks on you after using ultimate.
Me too.
So if you use any of those things I just mentioned incorrectly, you're gonna die, right? So okay, here we go.
No.
You know, okay, this is instant loss. Literally nothing you can do. You could be double lift, you're instant loss, right? He's 2 levels up. You don't have shit. You're dead 100%.
Yeah.
There's no way you can win this.
You're
just a dead man. Literally a dead man. Like the reason why I know you're dead is because sure you use your W and your Borg. Okay, you make distance. He can no longer chase. He ults you. Okay, now you're dead, right? So how do you counter his ult? With your dash. How do you counter his Borg? With your Borg. How do you counter that he has a little bit more move speed than you? Your W, right? Boom. It's solved. Problem is it's a puzzle, literally a puzzle, and you solve the puzzle. But if you like throw away part of the puzzle, you literally cannot complete it, right?
Yeah.
Now you have a 500-piece puzzle, and there's the 3 pieces missing. Then your puzzle looks like shit, and you can't do anything, and then you lose, right?
True.
So whenever you just need to focus on having high value, right? We don't even need to discuss the like prediction part, like predicting Shyvana can jump me, right? We're not even there yet. We need to focus on getting good value because that will lead into the other, right? Getting good value on all your abilities will allow you to fight off enemies, right? Because even if you know Shyvana is coming for you and you don't know exactly what you want to do or how much value you want to get out of your abilities, you're gonna lose anyways. So
I should to open the fire, I maybe should just W and then cut backwards with E and Borg and Cow.
So this is the cookie cutter strategy, right? The biggest value out of your W for move speed is with your culling, right?
Yeah.
So here, what you want is for her. You honestly can't kill her. Actually, maybe you can. You have Black Cleaver, but what you want to do in the end is W and your ultimate, right? So how do you stop this initial rush? Okay, let's pretend you have E. So she bladed the Ring Kings you bladed the Ring King her, and then you E away. She chases with her ultimate. That's your W. That's your W ultimate right there. And even then, you probably still can't kill her because she's super farmed. But that's how you would do it, right? If she was any less farmed or had lower levels, that's how you do it, right? Or any champion that chases you, that's how you do it, right? So, actually, it's definitely. I think it's doable. Look how much damage you're doing. Yeah, I think it's doable, right?
Should be, if I do it correctly.
It should be, right? But this is also very hard to do, right? 3 items versus 3 items, and she's 2 levels up on you. It's not easy, but it's doable, right? And you're getting to the point of the game where, as the AD carry, this is your job, right? So super awkward, but I see this game is pretty ripped now, right?
It looks like. I was mentally prepared for the lose.
Nice. All right, let's take a look at this Kogmaw. I
think
he's boosted. Okay, so
just out of space.
Tell me, what's Kogmaw's biggest win condition?
W, everyone to death.
So this is retarded, right? Because he has no W, right? So he shouldn't be even trying to fight you. So this is how you know you win. This is how you know you cannot lose, because he has no W. So this is good, right? But you got to think about this beforehand too, right? Okay, this is awkward. Okay, the only way to live here is dodge shurikens. I don't even know if you can kill this guy. So you gotta dodge shurikens, right? Okay, that was really good. Okay, you're dead. So because you tried to fight. So yeah, that's what I was saying. When I saw that, I knew you could not win unless. So the only thing you can do is just bait out his ultimate and run, right? And the reason why I knew you couldn't win is because you have no abilities up, right? And no,
I just thought the tower maybe was enough.
No, that's not. Okay, how much damage does tower do? How many shots is he gonna get? Two hits max, probably, right? So how much damage is that? We know that's like 300 damage. Okay, so how do you make up for the remaining like 800 HP? Even took 3 auto attacks, right? So and it still wasn't even close. In my opinion, this is not even close, right? It doesn't matter how much HP he has. You just knew it was not possible, right? So you shouldn't even try, right? The correct, like, if you want to fight this, the correct response is if you had your W up, but you don't, right? You needed to be able to W, then he uses his ultimate to dodge your W, then you auto E to make sure you dodge your shuriken no matter what, and then you heal when he chases, and then you auto and you look to Q back to where he shadows, right? That's the only way to win, right? So that's my game plan. Without your ultimate, this is talking like without your ultimate and without your Blade the Ranking. That's the only way I see how you can win this. But you don't have your W, so it's not possible, right? That's how I knew immediately when you got ulted. It's literally impossible. You just gotta run. So try to like learn to recognize these situations. Like before you even like touch someone, you need to figure out how you win and how you lose. Right? The fight is not won on the battlefield. It is won in the command tent. And our command tent is our brain, right? We make this plan, we mark out our map, and we figure out the position of our forces before we go and fight, right? If like in war, what general would just say, "Okay, troops, let's just march forward and we go fight." And he's just gonna get destroyed, right?
I don't like war.
Right? Yeah. Well, that's too bad because League of Legends is war, right? I guess, or in a way, it is fighting a war, right? 5 people versus 5 people. So, right? Like, how many times in history has strategy overcome superior numbers, right? If you take a look at like Hannibal versus I think it's Caesar or whatever in Rome, in the Roman times, right? Hannibal, like, his plan is cross the Alps so he can like gain tempo on the enemy, and then he like has this brilliant plan to destroy a force that's like 3 times his size. Okay, so that's the same thing. How do we come up with a strategy to defeat a force that has numbers advantage over us? And this is how you do it, right? Or not even numbers advantage, just 1v1 straight up, equal numbers, right? Like you didn't even have to do anything to win this fight, right? So all you have to do is not throw every fight you take. Do not throw any fight you take, right? Your team will find shit for you, guaranteed. Okay, your team will find shit for you, and if they don't, the game was already over. There's nothing you could have done. So don't go fishing for stuff that you can't find, right? Only fish for the stuff you can find. This is super awkward. I'm surprised he doesn't go for that, but that's fine. He's gonna W to that. Oh wow, he tried to W to that, but it ran out. Okay, not bad. Okay, good. Your job is literally to not throw, right? Your job is literally not kill yourself. And every play you make is guaranteed. Okay, that's how you win this game. You don't get caught by any of their tricks, and you catch the enemy with your tricks, right? That's how you win, right? You say, this is Diamond 3. Look at how many mistakes we've seen so far. Not including us. We've seen so many mistakes, right? Kogmaw, literally everyone's made like at least 1,000 mistakes so far, right?
Yeah. That's why we are D3.
Yeah, exactly. So all you have to do is capitalize on their like stupidity, right? Doesn't matter what rank you're on, you're gonna make mistakes. Faker makes mistakes, okay? So if you can capitalize on Faker's mistakes, you're better than him, right? And you don't give up any openings.
Finals.
yeah. Right? Like he started feeding against perks at MSI, right? Even gods bleed. Okay? So that means everyone at your rank is gonna bleed a lot. So all you have to do is poke at those wounds and make sure you bandage up your own wounds. Okay? So we bandage up our own wounds by making sure we don't waste our abilities, right? And we poke at their wounds by saying, how do we win this fight exactly? What is my win condition? What is their win condition? How exactly does my plan counter their plan, right? Or how exactly is it impossible for them to counter my plan, right? So an example of it being impossible for them to counter your plan is you all in and you flash the Ali combo. Automatic win, right? Theoretically speaking, if you're trying to 2v2 or whatever, right? So that's how you counter their plan. How do you like, well, actually, it goes hand in hand, I guess. How do you counter their plan? It's like the same thing. Well, actually, that was a bad analogy. Okay, ignore what I just said. But you know what I mean, right? The plan must exist before the fight happens. Okay, your plan must be created before the army marches the next day. Okay, so that's what this is. The plan must be created before you go out and fight, right? So this applies to everything, right? You're trying to fight for the Baron. What is your plan? You're trying to stop the Baron and you're trying to not die. So why'd you walk forward? You don't really know. You're just playing the game, right? Same thing with the mid tower. Victor got caught, not your fault. But what is the plan? You want to wave clear. So why'd you walk forward when they had numbers advantage, right? They can force on you. Same thing. It always comes down to the same thing, right? Having a plan and getting good value. I would say don't worry about your laning. That was really good, right? Level 2 push, very clean. Pushing them in, pressuring them in, very clean. Sure, you missed like some farm not going to your side waves, but that did not end up deciding the game, right? What's deciding is the biggest impact at least at this rank is making sure that you don't die and making sure that you have a plan when they try and fight or when you try and fight, right? In the higher ranks, the higher rank you go, the lane assignments and the farming matters a lot more, right? Because people make less mistakes, right? People bandage up more and they don't give away free kills like where we see in solo queue, right? So that's when you need to worry about lane assignments and catching that side wave farm. But I would say you should focus on your ability value first and foremost, right? And creating a plan secondary. Right? That's honestly what this whole game tells us, right? Okay, what's going on here? So here, all you gotta do is stay safe. You won, right? How do I know you've already won? This Alistar is 0 value.
He just randomly comboed.
It's 4v5, right? And even though Olaf has no mana, he's at least like half value. He's worth at least half an Olaf, right? He's worth at least half a person. So all you have to do, what do you have to do? Okay, not die to this guy, Zed. He's gonna ult. Not die to Zach. Okay, so he's just gonna E.
I just count because I saw his shadow now.
Okay, yeah, don't call, right?
If he comes in,
we need to save our. Remember how important using W and call is, right? So if you want to pick this apart, why'd you W? Gotta give me a good reason, right? Okay, no good reason. And then you have to give me a good reason for culling. Okay, so culling is good for removing tank's armor, threatening the backline, forcing them to dodge out of the way of your call, right? Those are really good reasons. So if it does not fit any of those reasons, then you got a problem. Saving your E, this is very good, right? If you use your E right here, you are gonna be a sad man if he goes on you. Or see, if you have a plan in mind, it is okay to use your E if you think you can flash to outplay, right? If you E in, like say for example, it's you versus Alistar, and you E into Alistar, and your plan is to bait him into comboing you because he thinks you have no escape, and you flash over him. Boom, that's how you outplay him, right? So the battle was won in the command tent, right? In this case, it's better to be safe than sorry, right? So save abilities unless you have a plan otherwise. That's like the big thing. Save abilities unless you have a plan otherwise. If we get more advanced, you save auto attacks unless you have a plan otherwise, right? You save everything unless you have a plan otherwise. So here, you know you won because this Alistar killed himself. Sure, that's nice. And then all you have to do is not die, right? So let's look at the impact you had on this fight.
No,
Okay.
not much.
Okay. 200 damage. Okay, you did a fourth. You did a half of Zach's health. That's it. That's all you need to do. A fourth of the tank's health and 50 damage on Shyvana. That's it. Right?
Yeah.
That's all you gotta do. Sorry, like don't like ignore everyone who like says otherwise about AD carry. All you have to do is not kill yourself, right? That's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do. Okay, and make sure that you don't give up free kills, right?
Yeah.
So like hitting like this is correct. All you gotta do is this. How easy is this? This is pretty easy. You just hit the closest guy, right?
Yeah.
That's all you gotta do. Okay.
It's the first thing you learn, I guess, when you play ADC. Hit the closest target.
Yeah. Exactly. Just hit the closest target unless you see otherwise, right?
Yeah.
Hit the closest target unless you see otherwise. Yeah, your job is to literally not like look. You don't need to do anything. This guy just did everything for you, and you already did like it's already like 5v3 or whatever. You won the game, right?
Yeah.
So this just goes to show that you don't really have to make anything
Carry
happen.
hard.
Yeah, you don't like. Yeah, you're carrying. Our idea of carrying is not throwing, okay? And this will go up to like until you have 3, 4, 5 items, okay? Then maybe your plan changes because now you have more options, right? So here's like a prime example. Mid game, early game, Zach jumps in on you. Your plan is to just not die, right? And you've won the engage, quote unquote, right? Zach jumps in on you. He's like, whatever. I just walk away because Lucian has no damage. Now, 6 items. Zach jumps on you and you dodge the engage. What happens?
I delete him.
Exactly. You fucking destroy him because you have 6 items. So we're not at that point yet, right? Because games usually end before that happens. So AD carries in solo queue at least. Literally, we don't really need to work on that, right? All we gotta do is work on the early game, mid game, and then sure, when the late game team fights go around and people start making big mistakes like mechanical errors, okay, then we go back and we see, okay, how do we improve on that? But we don't need to do that yet, right?
Yeah.
We just need to focus on not throwing because those late game fights, it's all the exact same concepts except a little bit harder, right? Same concepts, high value, not dying. Not throwing, following up, right? Having a plan, pretty much. That's all it comes down to. Having a plan in the late game. That's like it becomes more important. But in the early mid game stuff, right? Pretty much every single game in solo queue, all you have to do is high value and have a plan, right? So for you, for sure, I would say first thing you should work on is getting high value out of abilities. Okay, so let's talk about high value on Lucian. Okay, so what's high value on Q? You auto cancel his Q and get a passive off. That's the best value you can get, right? How does that get countered? They flash it, they dash it, right? Or they heal away from it, they dodge it. That is how you know whether or not you can get good value out of that, right? So it gets pretty advanced when you're like, if I'm all inning, if he flashes this Q, I stop, right? That's your plan or something like that, right? But that's how you know your highs and lows. Highest value, auto attack cancel with double shot. Lowest value, they force a dodge like flash. It's impossible to hit them if they flash it, right?
Yeah.
Boom, complete. Now we know how to use our Q. For W, movement speed and your auto cancel and passive, right? That's why Lucian's hard. You can get good value. You can get insane value off everything or 0 value off everything, right? You have 4 actives. It's like not easy. Your E, you can dodge something. You can bait people. You can escape with your life. You can kill someone. Damage as well, right? Auto cancel. You can even stick your Q in the auto cancel. That's like gets crazier, right? And your ultimate is same thing. Can be used with your W. Can be used to target the backline. Can be used to shred a tank or kill someone. Whatever it is, it has to have high value, right? So
it's the plan.
The plan is literally high value on all your abilities. And if you don't know exactly how you want to fight, don't fight. You need to think of your win condition and lose condition, right? At the very least, don't worry about your win condition. If you want to work on this steadily, work on your lose condition. How do I lose? If you eliminate all possibility of loss, the only option left is even or win, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
If you have eliminated all possibilities of loss, then you have either gone even or you've won, right? And you're gonna win. It's not gonna be even 100% of the time. Let me tell you that. It's gonna be winning more often than not. So, first step is work on the value stuff. So I would say like for a week, every single game, you go into game, you put like a sticky notes on your computer, whatever, do whatever it takes for you to remember that. You want high value on every ability only, okay? In your games, don't worry about anything. Don't worry about CS. Don't worry about trading, whatever. You want to focus on only getting high value out of your abilities. every game, until you make no mistakes, until you have only good habits, right? Until you get a game, 3 games in a row, where all you have is high value abilities. Okay, you do this until you can get 3 games in a row where you didn't miss a single ability, right? So when I was playing Ashe to get to Masters from Diamond 3, all I did to focus on high value was never miss a single arrow every single game. And I got like a 70% win rate. It was literally the stupidest thing. I was building Trinity Force Ashe, and that's all I did. All I did was press R and make sure it didn't miss, okay? It's the same concept. Make sure you don't miss anything. And make sure you have high value everything. So once you've done that, the second week, okay, or hopefully within the second week, is making sure you have a plan. This is the harder of the two, but if you cannot get high value, you cannot get a good plan. So for having a good plan, my best advice is focus on the lose condition, right? Like I said earlier, know exactly how they're gonna screw you over, and make sure that no matter what they do at this point in time, they cannot win against me, right? No matter what they do, doesn't matter what it is. I don't care if it's Hecarim using Ghost and coming out of Fog of War and pressing E on you. That's like still a throw, right? It's stupid, but it's still a throw. Same thing with Olaf. He just runs at you, Rengar, he ults you, whatever. All that shit must be accounted for, right? Doesn't matter what it is. You know your lose condition and get away from it. Once you've done that, you should be at least masters. So if you are still climbing and you have done all that, then the next step is focus on your win condition, right? How do I, at the same time, counter their lose condition and proceed with my plan? Okay, then you win every engagement. Okay, in order of those 3 things: value, making a plan and make sure you counter your lose condition, right? Counter their win condition / your lose condition, and then third is making sure your win condition goes through. Which, and by us, that's making sure you have auto cancel Q with passive, you know, all the high value stuff, right? So order of those 3 things, and that'll get you masters guaranteed, right? So that's what I think at the very least. Any questions? You want to review anything? I think we went a little over time. I gotta go get groceries, but
yeah, because of runes, I just use normally the classic ADC page, and sometimes I see like a glyph like 1.5% lifesteal, and everything like for Vayne, Gozo, everyone, every red glyph is attack speed, and which one is it okay if I just play with the normal one?
Whatever you use is fine, in my opinion, as long as it's not crazy, like you're taking magic damage or some stupid shit, right? Don't do that, or don't take like move speed or whatever, right? It doesn't matter what you use; it matters more about how you play, right? For example, can you think of any instance in this game where your runes and masteries change the outcome of the game?
I don't think so.
I can't think of any reason, right? And not saying that runes and masteries are useless. No, it's that don't deviate too much from the standard, right? And you'll be just fine, right? It's all about the gameplay. It's all about the gameplay, right? Don't worry about the crazy changes in runes and masteries. Honestly, if you really want to know, if you want to just like copy runes and masteries from pro builds, that's exactly what I do, right? That's what I do. I just copy what works. Don't reinvent the wheel. You don't need to. We're not at that rank where we need to reinvent the wheel, right? So just copy everyone else. That's what I do. But yeah, it did not look like your runes changed the outcome of laning. You still did really well. Even if you had different runes, it'd probably still be the same result, right? I don't think the result would have changed, right? Runes for me usually lie within, you know, maybe taking lethality if I'm playing Jhin, not really a factor anymore, or do I have enough AD to last hit, right? Beyond that, it's like the same thing, right? Like if you take a look at all the best players in the world, Bang uses standard Korean runes that's like 80 marks, attack speed, quints, and then magic resist and armor, right? Standard, literally vanilla. You look at Arrow swaps in some damage for attack speed, and he like gets 1.5 lifesteal quint, whatever. That's like a new thing. And you look at like Reckless, he takes like some crazy shit. We don't need to worry about that. Just copy what works, right? We don't need to go crazy on that stuff, in my opinion.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah. But yeah, anything else before we wrap up?
You think I it's okay if I play every ADC.
I would
I-
say if you want to get better, you should focus on a few, right? And the reason being is, if I pop quiz you right now, okay, what is the best and worst value for Lucian abilities? You can tell me now, right? And then I say, what about Varus? What about Ashe? What about Jhin? How many of those do you have memorized, right?
Not so much.
It's like holy shit! Like what the hell, dude? I can do like me personally. I can do like 3 max, yo. That's like I need to like start playing that shit like dedicated and make sure I figure out what the best value and worst value is, right? Right. So you should definitely stick to a few. Maybe if you have like perfect memory or like you're the kind of player who like never forgets the feel of a like that doesn't exist. Let's be honest. Like that doesn't exist for normal people.
Because I think I play Caitlyn pretty often, and I just picked up Xayah. Xayah?
Yeah. Honestly, I would say stick to 4 max. 4 max. Like that's me playing the game for a living, like day in day out. I play 4 champions, so take that as you will. I would say play as few champions as possible.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Anything else?
No, you can buy your groceries now.
Nice. Thanks. Do you mind if I put this up on YouTube so you can go back and watch it later?
Go for it.
Nice. Sounds good. All right. But yeah, those 3 things that I mentioned, and that's it. You'll be a god. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding. It sounds easy. Sure, it's gonna take a little effort, but all it takes is building good habits. That's what we're trying to do, right? Building good habits. Once you've conditioned yourself to not use abilities unless they're high value, you're literally better than 90% of the player, 99% of the player base, right? Because
I'm already at 99%.
Okay, let's get like 99.99. Okay, you'll be better than them. Once you literally never use an ability unless it's high value. Never. Okay, that's how you become like really good. Right? High value, having a plan, boom, done. So, nice. All right. Good luck with that. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm always down to answer questions on Discord. But yeah, tell me how your climb goes.
Yeah, I will.
Sounds good.
But I already played. I don't know. I think I played like 200. No, like 470 games already. So, is it? I don't know if I need to play more. No, I don't think so. I already played pretty much.
Yeah. Now all you gotta do is play your games with the mindset of like getting better at these things, right?
Yeah.
Don't worry about your teammates or the enemy team or whatever. Just mute people, honestly. If they're doing stupid shit, whatever. You don't care about that. You literally don't care.
Yeah.
If you have a guy who ints your game and you get mad, it's understandable, but it doesn't help you get better, because how many times have you been inted in the last year? You can count it on your hands. I can count it on my hands. I don't know about you. Maybe
I
you
just know one.
Yeah, exactly. Don't worry about that shit. We play a bunch of games. Don't worry about the stuff that happens not often, right? All we gotta do is focus on ourselves. Focus on improving these little aspects one at a time. Once we build good habits, move on to the next. Boom. That's how you get better. So yeah.
Nice.
I would say like definitely play like a week to see improvement on the value thing. Yeah, honestly, just take however long it takes to get insane value. Or whatever you're working on, right? Focus on one thing at a time. That's important. Don't try and do like 1,000 things. Don't try and work on like 3 things at the same time. It's not gonna work, right? So yeah. All right, cool.
Sounds nice.
I gotta go bounce now because I am starving. But good luck on your games. All right, sounds good.
And good luck with your games too and your teaching stuff.
Thank you, dude. Thank you, dude. I'm gonna need it. But yeah, have a good one, man.
You too, man. See ya.